You're watching Reason and Theology, a show dedicated to evangelizing non-Catholics and helping Catholics better understand their faith.
Let's take a look at the Septuagint. Let's take a look at the Greek New Testament. As they were all talking and I was listening, I just went and reviewed everything again, and I was taking notes and I'm going to prepare quite a few examples, but there's just too many. It would be prioritizing. I mean, the easy one I just told you was John 6:51, when it comes to eternal life, that whoever eats the flesh of the Son of Man will have, it used to be life eternal. Now we're told that they're going to have a life for 3 generations, a life for a year, a life that will only last until the second coming, maybe. And of course, we can't take that one literal because people are going to die. Unless everyone that eats the Eucharist, is taken in some sort of simplistic sense that they're going to last until whatever the age is. I'm not sure. But if I keep trying out all these alternatives, eternal life doesn't fare very well. And I think that Nathaniel's hitting the part of Christ's titles, which are considered, what used to be considered eternal before we went into the apocatastatic reading, we'll call it. But also, Jesus's role as the eternal priest Melchizedek, that's no longer eternal. We got so much stuff we have to sacrifice. I like the idea of eternal life being forever. And now that's not able to be held anymore. Now we have to go back and try to figure out how Origen was wrong that souls can be in the Beatific Vision, if you will. And they can fall away from that, apparently, because this life, this eternal life that's being offered is really just life for an age. It makes you have to rearrange so much stuff. And I'm sure that, Hart has rearranged a lot of stuff with a lot of thought that I haven't given to it. So I don't want to oversimplify his position because he translated, again, the whole New Testament. And I'm just going from several hours, though I work primarily with the Greek New Testament when I do a lot of my patristic stuff. I'm seeing that I don't know anymore. Once I take away ion and istus eonas and various other readings, and they don't mean something without a time limit, I don't think that we have eternal life anymore. I don't think that there's anything that can be hoped for as something without a limit for a matter-form being to be immersed into God. Another interesting point. Now, I thought he made a lot of good points against scholastic theology that I was thoroughly entertained by in his book and amused by, because I'd like to hear what the what the neo-scholastic response is to these, other than yelling and grinding of teeth, which, thanks be to God, it only lasts for a little while now. It won't be forever. But the reality is that some things I was disappointed with. There was a bit of on eternal life, a bit of a misrepresentation. Well, there was a misrepresentation of Beatific Vision, and I'm sure that Jared picked up on this. That you can be, in some sense, your will is completely, in some ways or another, paralyzed. You can think of somebody tickling you and your armpit's never getting tired because you're in this glorified state with the perfect armpit. So you're being tickled and your will is being distracted by this eternal tickling, and it just, all you can do is laugh. And Hart's really pissed off that you're not thinking about something else. He's really angry that you're not, worrying about people that are miserable. And the problem is that your will is overwhelmed by the Beatific Vision. So you're not really worried about anything. Your experience is so profound in the mystery of God, is that you're not distracted by creatures. And so the presentation that there would be something illogical, that we could be in the Beatific Vision and we would be less for being distracted by creaturely events, struck me as odd. It would have to be God himself who would in some way, like in the Garden of Gethsemane, that rearranges how the beatific vision is working in any one moment, that allows for us to get distracted with other things. I think that that's the reality of it. And so God himself would have to be the person that kind of de-intensifies the experience so that my will can start worrying about lost puppies and those kinds of things. So the reality is that the eternal life issue, I think, was not really dealt with well there, though I think a lot of his arguments, again, against classic scholastic theory, were right on the money. They're the kind of arguments that I would want to develop.
Oh wait, before you go, I would really appreciate it if you would consider supporting this channel. This is my primary means to provide for my family, and it also helps me to produce content like this video. If you would like to support me, become a patron by visiting patreon.com/Reason and Theology. You'll also get access to extra exclusive content when you become a patron. Lastly, hit that like button and the subscribe button, and be sure to leave a comment down below. God bless.